Hey folks, thank you for tuning into my channel, Profound AV. If you don't mind, please hit the like and subscribe button to ensure you receive notification when I post new videos. So I haven't posted a video on YouTube since November uh, of 24. Kind of got sidetracked with work, but I'm planning to put out more content. So if you would bear with me, I will be putting out more content. So today, I want to talk about a couple of reviews that I saw on Superman. I saw Superman in IMAX and I saw Superman on Kaleidoscape. And in both instances, I thought it was awesome. It was a great movie, entertaining. It The experience is what I would have hoped for in terms of bass response, the dynamic range. Uh, Dialogue was always easy to hear. The mix was good, you know, and so I was surprised when I saw these reviews on Superman and how incredibly poor, as I think is what one of the reviewers said the bass response was, and how the dialogue was buried in the mix. And I don't know what their setup is like, but I don't see how that could be true because that is not what I experienced when I saw the movie. And they were basically saying that they wouldn't recommend the movie to anyone because it was so poorly mixed. And I made the comment on their channel that they should check their calibration because that is not how the movie presented itself when I watched it. And I saw it in IMAX and I saw it on Kaleidoscape, and the dialogue was always easy to hear. I didn't think that the dialogue was in the mix, was at the appropriate level in the mix. It was balanced. There was a lot of dynamics, especially in the mid bass. So I don't know what the deal is with their setup, but they were basically saying that um, not everyone's setup is the same. His is not the same as mine, and so his experience would be different. But if that's true, then he shouldn't be telling people not to get the movie because of his experience. If it's different, if I had a different experience that was positive, then does it mean that my system is set up properly? I don't know. I would tend to think yes, because it was similar to what I experienced in IMAX. Okay. And I don't think two things can be true, that he's not getting the tactile bass response and he's not getting the experience or the same response with dialogue, but yet I can clearly hear the dialogue and the bass response, and the overall mix is what I remembered when I saw it in IMAX. But again, he wants to say that, well, he has the best processor in the world, but even with the best processor, you could have a poor calibration. Maybe the system isn't set up correctly. I mean, not because you have expensive equipment and speakers, if they're not set up properly, an average speaker that's properly set up will outperform a more expensive speaker. It's just a fact. So, you can't just assume because you have, so-called the best processor in the world, that automatically guarantees that your mix is going, what you watch is going to be correct. I don't believe that's the case. So, but that was one of the reasons why I wanted to shoot this video, is to just give another side of this discussion, because I don't know if it's correct. I don't think it's correct. I think one of the things we need to do is perhaps get like a professional sound engineer to maybe talk about how the movies are mixed to give some perspective on how they mix these movies for home and for commercial cinemas. Because my understanding of how they mix movies, they release a far field mix for cinemas because the speakers are much farther away because of the scale of the cinema, and the near field mix is done for the home release because obviously most private home theaters are in small to medium rooms, but I don't believe the scale is going to change how the presentation of the content you know is conveyed. So I think there's something wrong with this individual setup, and they don't want to maybe admit it. But that's basically all I wanted to talk about. And you know this is my first video, so it's a little rusty, but over time I'll get better, guaranteed. But thanks for tuning in. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you. Bye.